The fight between Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua took place last night in Saudi Arabia. Believe me when I say this, that fight did not disappoint. It was very explosive, and I believe a lot of people have a lot of things to say about the fight. Did you watch the fight? If you did, you will understand what I'm saying. But if you didn't, believe me when I say this, you missed a lot. Maybe you will watch the highlights or the full fight sometime in the future. But there is the thing of watching a fight when it's live. The feeling of unexpected. You don't know what's going to happen. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this content. And subscribe to support the channel. Without wasting your time, let's get started. Like I said earlier, the fight was exciting, explosive, and not without a knockout or knockdowns. Zhang versus Joseph Parker. I wasn't very impressed with that fight because there wasn't much really going on, except for the two knockdowns Zhang had. But at the end of the fight, that was the only thing Zhang could do. He couldn't even let his hand go. So on that reason, he lost the fight because Joseph Parker was doing most of the, fight. He was moving around, he was throwing his jab, he was countering, but Zhang couldn't let his hand go. I was a bit disappointed. Of course, I thought he won because he had two knockdowns, but that doesn't mean you're going to win a fight. If he had three knockdowns, I would say, okay, maybe we are looking at a draw. But beside the knockdown, there isn't much he did. The rest was all just Joseph Parker. And I'm happy for him that he won. That will boost his confidence. And maybe, who knows who's going to fight next? Maybe Anthony Joshua. Maybe a rematch with Zhang, because in their contract there is a rematch clause. So it is what it is. It ended the way it ended. It was a unanimous decision. It was not a unanimous decision. It was a majority decision to Joseph Parker. So after that was the main event of the evening, Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. I must say this without talking about Francis Ngannou's previous fight, the fight against Tyson Fury. He did well in that fight. He knocked Tyson Fury down, but I don't think he did quite enough to win the fight. It is what it is. And also fight Tyson Fury, being the champion, being the main guy, you have to beat him decisively to be able to win a fight against him. If you don't expect to get the decision. So Francis Ngannou thought he won, and he's been going around saying he won that fight. A lot of UFC fans, supporters thought he won. So it is what it is. I think for me, what really happened in that fight was Tyson Fury didn't take him serious. And there's this element of, and people thought it's an exhibition match, and it's being fought in Saudi Arabia. So it's like a money match, Francis he hasn't fought in boxing before, like professionally, and this is the first time he's fighting the linear heavyweight champion, which is Tyson Fury. And I believe Tyson Fury, you know how he is, it does not take him, I don't think he took him very serious. Probably didn't train as hard as he should be. So when they get into the ring, what he was expecting wasn't what he was saying. So the fight took a different turn. He got knocked down, and he couldn't really do much, I guess. Couldn't even hurt Francis Ngannou. till the end of the 10th round, which is the final round, nothing really happens. So he won by unanimous decision. So that really gave Francis Ngannou a lot of confidence. And he took the fight against Joshua. And I believe that he believed that he's going to win that fight, that he's going to knock Anthony Joshua out. So a lot of things were said during the build-up. There wasn't much of hard feelings. They were really matured in how the press conference went. Now let's talk about the fight. Like I said earlier, the fight was really explosive. Francis Ngannou came out. Anthony Joshua came out. There was moments of feeling out each other. There were moments of gun blazing, explosiveness. And Anthony Joshua, being this time, like Teddy Atlas said, in Tyson Fury fight, there was this element of surprise. You don't know what you're getting. But in this time around, there isn't any element of surprise. You're getting the raw deal. You're getting a complete fighter. And you know who you're fighting for. Now you know what. Now Anthony Joshua knows what Francis Ngannou is bringing to the table. And Francis Ngannou, still booming with that confidence, thought that if he can fight Tyson Fury the way he did, that Tyson Fury is better than Anthony Joshua, that he can beat Anthony Joshua quite easily. So he came in with that confidence. He didn't really play it very safe, so he came out, he wants to knock Anthony Joshua down or out. And he got caught with a straight right hand, a heavy one, and he fell heavily. He survived that round. In the second round, almost the same punch. He got caught with a straight right hand, and he hit the floor again. This time, I think he was hurt even more than the first knockdown. So he beat the count. So he came up, and Anthony Joshua finished him up with another straight, or you can call it overhead, right hand, and he was knocked out cold. That was really cold because it took a while. I think it took a while for the doctors to bring him to his foot again. So it is what it is. Yeah, that was really surprising for him. I believe he took him by surprise and he's shocked. This is the reality of boxing. He didn't know that. You're fighting the top guys. You don't have any experience at all. Fine, you did well against that unprepared Tyson Fury. That's what I'm going to say. And that gives you the confidence that you're going to do the same against Anthony Joshua. For me, he still needs experience. He still needs more fights to be able to fight there at the top level. Don't get me wrong. If any heavyweight couldn't knock him out, it would be a hard night for that heavyweight. If you can't knock him out, if your punches can't do shit on him, it will be a very tough night for any heavyweight. Because he's a strong fighter. He's also a skillful fighter, believe me. But one thing that is deficient is that he's not fast enough, I think. He can fight in both ways, in southpaws and orthodox, which did not help him in this fight because the first knockdown came when he switched to southpaw. He has to realize that this is the big boys fight now. It's no longer an exhibition match. Anyone who is coming to fight him now is coming with bad intention, which is to knock his head off. And he had made a lot of noise, so it shouldn't expect to be, taken slightly. That was exactly what Anthony Joshua did. He came, he meant business, and he closed the business. So in a way, I was really sad for Francis Ngannou. That wasn't exactly how I want the fight to go. Don't get me wrong, I want Anthony Joshua to win the fight, but that wasn't exactly how I want the fight to go. I want the fight to at least go up to 5, 6, 7 rounds. I want Anthony Joshua to do it in a different light, in a different way. I want him to take him to the trenches and then knock him out. But for him to get knocked out in 2 rounds, the way that it happened, that, my friend, is not good. Not good for his moral, not good for his confidence. I don't know if he could come back from that loss. And I believe Anthony Joshua understands what I'm saying. That's why he went to him and said, don't give up boxing. Keep on doing it. So he needs to pick himself up, knowing that, hey, this is a different level now. If you want to fight at the top levels, you need more than just being strong and having puncher. You need experience because, like they said, style make fights. Because you're going to meet a lot of fighters with different styles, and you need the experience to counter. You should be able to look at a fighter and see, okay, this is what he does, this is what he does best, this is what he does poorly, this is how I'm going to get him. If you don't have that experience, it's going to be difficult for you figuring out how to beat some fighters. Spar more so that you can get more experience. Spar different fighters, spar southpaw, spar explosive fighters, spar fighters that like to box. You can take something out of each fighter and put it together and make something of your own. That's what boxing is all about. Boxing is a brutal sport. You have to prepare when you come into the ring. You have to know when you beat. You have to know what to do to survive. Absence of these qualities, no one has any business being in the boxing ring. So thank you for tuning in. If you have subscribed, thank you once for supporting the channel. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe button to support the channel. If you like this content, give us a thumbs up, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Peace out.